Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the project that has been so many months in the making. It's Project Eris Playday 1. My name is CDAPS. Joined with me is my co-caster Jazz. Man, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling excited. First day of school, check. Project Eris on the way. I'm so excited to be casting Terra and Magninj and Garbage, all personal friends of mine. I'm super excited. This is, like you said, it's been a long time coming. It's been a collective of a bunch of people working really hard to get this league up and running, and I'm so excited to see where this is going to lead us into. Eris is going to be a great time no matter what happens tonight. I am excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And first off, I'd like to thank all of the people that have made this possible. Inkfingers, Razor, as well as generous contributions from Sua, Fabian, Lion, and Jessgoat. Thank you so much. This project would not have been possible without your contributions, and we love you.
Yeah. So, the first game of the night, the first game of Eris all together. It's one that's definitely set to rock the scene. I'm super excited. It's Wamens team, the newest team in Eris, who I think replaced another team that ended up disbanding.
Yep, it
Versus
was duelist as a mindset.
that is, yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, and then it's Disrupt Gaming, the women's team, of course. They've had a little bit of a discussion going around, picking up a brand new team. I'm super excited to see how they end up playing because I haven't seen them in action yet. I don't think anyone has. So what an opener! And we also have me, or at least me and Connor personally have the other Slaughterhouse game, which I'm also extremely excited for. I think that one against Goo Goo Dolls is going to be an absolute heater. I'm really excited to see how teams play. Especially because we have a few pro players or ex pros in here. We have Goddess, of course. I mean, Goddess on Goo Goo Dolls. Super excited to see how that match is going to end up going and see if we can get some young female talent to showcase their skills or maybe see some old dogs come back to ruin the fun. I think Connor crashed. he's he's dead. I have lost Connor. Oh, there. Wait. Oh,
I'm dead.
there we
Maybe.
go.
Maybe am I back? Are we
I think
all
so.
good?
Do you hear me?
Yes, we're all good. I just got frozen in time for a little bit, but
Just
yes,
happens.
very excited for that second game in particular, especially because the other women's league, CCSW, there was a lot of players on SH that were on Sakuna going up against Goo Goo Dolls who kept themselves together. So it's almost like a rematch of the finals. And it's the start of Project Eris.
Absolutely. A young new league ready to see some young new talent. I mean, I haven't casted a lot of these people. I haven't casted a lot of these players. I also haven't watched a lot of them either. So it's a big introduction, not only just for me, but probably for other people out there, for teams that didn't play in CCSW and teams that didn't play in any other leagues. So, yeah, big introductions. But let's go into our first introduction here. Let's figure out who is on both teams, Disrupt Gaming and Whammon team. You know, obviously get ready for the clean graphics. I'm so excited. But yeah, the Disrupt female team is probably going to be the one you recognize the most, right? Tara, Alexis K, Bailey K, Lioness, and Jahui. And on the Whammon team, a lesser known, but maybe a lion waiting to be brought out with Bree, Lock Tiger, Ali, Bagel, and Cass.
Yeah, I've already seen a lot of love for bagel in the chat because, bagel is a breakfast food. And apparently Disrupt Women's doesn't eat breakfast, and that is indeed the most important meal of the day. So that's kind of my player to watch if chat's any indicator of who the hype is on the side of Whammon team. But Disrupt, they're a roster that's a lot more established, and we've seen them play in multiple iterations on rosters from CCSW and other competitions. So it's kind of new kid versus old kid, and definitely shaping up to be quite good.
Oh, new kid versus old kid. That I just can't wait for that Slaughterhouse Goo Goo Dolls game. Talk about new kid versus old kid. You have Marmalade, very high rated CL player, by the way. Absolutely just going out there and killing it. FPL against DMRs. I'm just saying, Slaughterhouse could bring out the DMRs. That could be raps. That could be rapskis. But yeah, I don't know. It's. I'm so excited. Marvin and Light Rose are also going to be joining us. They're going to be covering the later games, and there's community casters out there. Now I don't know which ones are live, but if you're listening, community casters, if you're here, I love you. Okay. We all started there. We all started as a community caster. There's some new talent that you can go out and see. So if you want some more Eris action, if you hate our voices, I understand.
I would be sad.
You have, well, I wouldn't. I don't care. My voice sucks. You have other options out there, but we're the best. So Project Eris time. I'm so excited. Disrupt Gaming versus Whammon team. Let's go into the map bans.
Yeah, map bans are a good place to start for any single game because you need to know where you're playing, right? And that's kind of the first step as you go forward. And that also starts with the first ban. Goodbye Consulate, as we've heard some rumors that it might be leaving us permanently. It's definitely going to be left away of this first series, and so will the Italian countryside of Villa. Makes me sad because I'm Italian and I love that map, but for the side of Disrupt Women's team, they're not really feeling it today.
Yeah, Console and Villa. I mean, Console's a niche map. Obviously, Chalet even more. So, shout out Cozy, by the way. I think she was the one who made these graphics, and if they're not, I'm sorry, whoever I got it wrong to. Shout out to you. Yeah, it was Cozy. I mean, there's so much talent behind this project. Like, this is crazy. This is so good. Anyway, yeah, just a lot of niche maps getting banned out here today. That leaves, I believe, Clubhouse. I'm trying to remember. It leaves
Cafe and
the boring
Oregon.
ones. Yeah,
Yep, the
Clubhouse,
boring ones.
Cafe, and Oregon. Cafe will be banned. This is best of ones. So I'm gonna assume we're gonna be playing Oregon here, which is actually, I would say, a good introduction. To be frank, to this league, because it is just such a common map. It's a map where we're just gonna be seeing team versus team. It's not really going to be stratagem versus stratagem. It's going to be raw talent versus raw talent. Yeah, what better way to start the league than a map that everyone is familiar with? The newly reworked, I guess it was like 6 months ago, Oregon.
Yeah, it's been a while since it's been reworked, but
it hasn't felt like a while, but it is. It has been.
when you cast it and watch it and analyze it every single play day, you can get bored of it. But here we're gonna see just a lot of fundamentals. You were alluding to it earlier, where Oregon's one of those maps. I like to call it an equalizer. It's almost in the same vein as Clubhouse, that you kind of know what you're gonna get. But that really leaves it up to who's shooting better on that day and who just the best overall team is. Between these two rosters, you have a new team like Wammen team who's coming in, and now I think that this map might actually favor them just a little bit. Clubhouse and Oregon, those are kind of the two teams that you learn first as a team. Those are the two maps that you kind of go through and you're like, okay, yeah, we got to make sure we have Clubhouse and Oregon. Those are just staples, and hopefully they've got it ironed down.
Yeah, we'll have to see. A lot of experienced players are also playing, on these teams like Bree, like Tara, Bailey K, Alexis K. There's a lot of experience. Jahui, I mean, goodness me, I've heard the name Jahui for like years now. There's a lot of experience coming into this team. Now the question is are they experienced together? These are two pretty new teams here. Wammen team just forming for Eris and Disrupt Gaming. This brand new Disrupt Gaming without other, like Dope Girl and those home staples. It's fresh. It's a fresh start here for both of these teams. That means we're going to be seeing a lot of surprises coming out here because these teams are just so brand spanking new. They're shiny. Let's see what happens, because honestly, I don't have a prediction for who can come out not only on top of this game, but on top of this league. This is so unpredictable to start. There could be someone that runs away with it, who runs away to second base, to third, to home, or there could be a team that just comes out here and just shocks everyone. There's so much that can happen. That is the best part about this.
Yeah, it's just the doors are completely open for every team. Nobody has had that shut in their face yet. And overall, we're just here along for the ride. We're going to be learning just as quickly as you guys are on who the top dogs are. Because once again, the women's team is always evolving and it's always changing. So many, I think pretty much Goo Goo Dolls are the only team that are completely the same from CCSW transitioning into Project Eris. So maybe they might have a little bit of an edge. They're also, reigning champions of that league. So that's another thing that swings into their favor. But more importantly, are the teams on display right now. Wammen team, they're new. We've said it over and over again. A couple of these players, it's their first time in comp. So I'm really excited to see what they're going to be bringing.
Well, you don't even have to wait any much longer. We're going over to Oregon, a staple map, a siege map that everybody knows. It's like the Dust 2 of Siege, and we're going to go right now. I'm so excited to get into this. Between not Goo Goo Dolls, that's next. Between Wammen team and Disrupt Gaming's Women's, this is going to be ecstatic. I am so hyped. I see the chat. I understand that the chat is waiting. I'm looking at it right now. Everyone is so excited. I can hear the electricity in the Eris film. I am so happy. Let's get in our first match.
You've already got a fan over in the bottom right, Tara, Sad Girl Tara,
I'm a Tara
on
fan.
Twitter.
Tara's not a
yeah, Sad Girl Tara on Twitter. Everybody go give her a follow. She puts up great, funny tweets. What's not funny is a very, very standard Thatcher ban that we come to expect. It's not Oregon if Thatcher's left alive. It never happens. And Maverick doubling up makes it a lot more difficult to, get those breaches open. But I'm sure that the attacking team of Disrupt Gaming have something to say about that, considering they were the team to, ban out the second breacher that lets you open up electrified walls. And the first thing they're going to be doing is taking down the Kaid.
Yeah, these are all standard bans.
Vanilla.
The Maverick one, I guess, like, Maybe not as much on Oregon, but I can understand where it comes from. Maverick in general is just a powerful operator. You can't really go wrong with banning him entirely.
Nades are fun.
Nades, of course. Yep. And that's what we're going to be seeing a lot of today, I assume. A lot of Yanas, a lot of your, standard ops. Now, I'm interested to see where the Zofia is going to go, obviously, because Zofia's recoil is getting rebuffed for his AR, but at the meantime, I'm gonna assume that Satan is running the 150 round gun that is the LMGE. But yeah, we'll have to see. There is no nades on the side of Disrupt. Just keep that noted on the back of your mind.
Just 4 Rotero drones that are
Yeah, just
essentially like nades.
and just Zofia and Ash and Ace and just all 5 of them that can
Hmm.
explode an entire country. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Attackers need to
it is
locate
what
and
it is.
defuse
You
bombs.
need those sort of explosives to take out all of that bulletproof utility, but there's not a whole lot on the side of Wamens' team. You know, no bulletproof cameras. You've got pretty much just the castle barricades. There's no shields. And a lot of this, essentially the utility for the side of Disrupt Gaming is going to be freed up because you don't have to worry about taking out a shield. All you're going to have to worry about is maybe taking down a couple of castle barricades and burning an Aruni gate or two, which, sure, there's no Yana on the side of Disrupt, so an interesting kind of
10 seconds
interaction
left.
will occur of probably throwing those Rotero drones straight into them. But,
5 seconds
I mean,
left
hey,
before
there's
insertion.
worse uses for those, such as, just having it
Attackers'
instantly be
objective is
shot.
to locate a bomb and defuse it.
You also have a mute on the board, which is going to be super influential in the way that those Terra drones are piloted. Terra has to be very precise, and seeing as that Val clip of her Twitter, whenever she walled somebody off that she needed to kill and wasn't able to get that, precise is not exactly Terra's forte. But we'll have to see what happens. Of course, you still have a variety of drones, and well, it seems like Lioness already has Horror Eyes set on her first target. That is going to be Lock Tiger playing in Green Hall right behind those aforementioned Aruni gates, which is, you can burn them one of many ways. I believe you have flashes on the side of Jahui, so should be able to get rid of that ASAP. Now, the question is how long is it going to take to clear out this entire area? You know that green kitchen hall is going to be contested for a very long time if Lock Tiger isn't flushed out of here, but at the same time, she's just rocking it naked. She has no shield. She has no, I don't know if she has ADSs or anything like that. Just an Aruni gate to hold her off. We'll have to see how long she can survive there because that could be crucial if it's too much of a long time.
Yeah, and especially with those Rotero drones, you can really get stuff off the walls easy. And now, because the wall is being opened, Lock Tiger's going to be forced out of that green 90 that is such a powerful position. And the way that Disrupt Gaming are attacking this right now is a little bit more direct than I think Wammen's team were expecting. They allocated a lot of resources over towards Kids and Master, making sure that they had enough utility to hold a strong push from the attackers away, but it's just not happening. It's
Attackers
all
have
coming
located a bomb.
from this southern side. It's all coming over from Big Tower. Just get the breach open, get a free kill, and slowly push away the roamers with only the amount of map control that they need to go for that stage plan.
I think Lock Tiger might be Canadian. The moment she got shot, she just accepted it. She's like, nice shot. Very sorry. But she got slammed. And that's quite an angle to be cleared here. Speaking of slammed, the LMG is actually not rocked here by Daddy Satan. It is going to be the AR quadruple, a quadruplet of kills is coming on out here from both teams. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 as Daddy Satan falls as well. Lioness is just going up, but Bree with a triple kill will respond. It's a 2 versus 2, and the plant is going to start to go down on top of stage, and it's going to be a retake. Cass is going to take her one here inside of Kitchen Hall, but as Ali loses that from the kitchen rotate, it's all Cass. She's got 20 bullets to work with here. 20 might not be enough, however, to take down 2 targets. We'll have to see. 1 shot to the head should be enough, and that is going to be the one onto Lioness. It's all down to Alexis K to hold off from Cass, who's just shredding right now. 1 more kill is needed, and that'll be the first round given, and that's what she'll get. Alexis K goes down here, and Cass makes my point incorrect. It doesn't matter how many bullets you have. You can still tear anyone apart with a single shot to the head. She'll win the first round here for Wamens' team.
Yeah, everything was looking so good for Disrupt Gaming until, Cass had something to say about it. She crept back up that green 90, and we spent half of the round talking about how strong of a position that is. And even though she was getting pinched on both sides, just the swings weren't quite timed well enough for the side of Disrupt Gaming that it's eventually boiled down to a series of 1v1s, which, when you have the Roni, becomes light work.
Roni is just so good. She didn't even have the 1.5 Roni. That thing was
No.
like a death laser. But
Yeah,
she
I
had,
mean,
she's had
that's a
the
crutch. It
puny
is a
Roni.
crutch weapon. I love it so
Yeah,
much.
it is really good. But she had the basic Roni. I don't know how she got away with that. But yeah, beautiful shots. I would say beautiful reads there. Crossfires could have been established there from Disrupt. Just the amount of land that they had attic control in some some way. There's a lot of ways to protect that diffuser, but in the moment, that's not where your headspace is at. They wanted to swing. They wanted to get rid of Cass, and maybe just a little bit of refragability could have been nice. But honestly, can't pin it down to that completely. It simply came down to the fact that Cass just knew what she was doing. She played that so well, and she didn't miss.
No, I mean, when you only have 20 bullets, you got to hit most of them, and I believe it was probably a first or second shot, headshot right onto Lioness's dome. So, well done on just isolating the engagements, and for a first round, I think we're definitely getting a nice peek into the level of competition we're going to see here. That was already looking pretty fun, and with Ali Princess on the alibi, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more fun strategies overall. With sure, the Bandit being brought once again is not the most meta op that we see in things like Pro League and whatever, but especially with the upcoming mute change, we might see a slight shift in the future. I'm not, an oracle or anything, but it's well within the realm of possibility.
Bree is acting like an alibi. Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that one works out. Yeah. So did the Zo recoil get changed already? Or is that
It is only on Tessa.
So Satan is just fragging out.
Yeah, she's
just flexing for literally no reason.
She is just built different. Simply built different.
Wow. I applaud you. That is crazy.
I'm absolute respect towards anybody still using the M762, and I mean, she won her gunfight. She went 1 for 1. That's all you can ask out of your entry, especially if you're getting the necessary map control. But right now, Lioness is going to die trying to get the control inside of Attic. Jahui, she's right up for the refrag. But Bree swinging with confidence, but it's not quite enough. Cut down by the Type 89 will be the Wamai of Bree, and Attic control relinquished to the attackers.
Kind of just watching how Lioness has been playing these past 2 rounds. She's very in-your-face and aggressive, and that allows for Attic control to be half taken here by Jahui, who gets her refrag. And of course, she's still got a long ways to go. She has to worry about the rotate into kids. That can be a really big detriment to you if you're not able to deal with that. Ali, unfortunately, going to lose the shield inside of Master, and also lose control in general of that trophy room. 2 players stacked inside a Bolo should make this quite a fun surprise here for Satan when she swings around the corner, simply just waiting. Look at the amount of crossfires established there. Lock Tigers got to be very careful with how she handles that. A swing from Cass, however, will eliminate that threat as soon as it comes. Daddy Satan will fall. And Jahui, she's got a lot of territory to cover. She is stuck inside of Attic with not a lot of options because Cass is just such a menace inside the kids, but she's going to make her way over to Tarp, to Pit, whatever you might call it. Flash is coming in here, and a 45-second execute might just be on the docket.
Yeah, there's still a whole lot of time, but not a whole lot of health for Jahui as Bagel rips her head clean off her shoulders with the SMG-11. Tara's swinging out, trying to get the refrag. Down goes Bagel, but more bullets are being traded back and forth as Kaz is going to pick up the second kill of the round. It's just Tara in a 1v, essentially 3. She has a lot of work cut out for her, but the time is starting to be a little bit of a worry, because there's only 20 seconds left. Sure, Bagel's probably not going to be recovered because of the triple crossfire established by the Wamens team defenders. They know exactly where Tara is. Kaz is going to swing with confidence, but it's not going to be anything until Bagel, proves me wrong, does get picked up and picks up another frag.
Imagine you tried to swing into Bolo and there's not 1 but 2 people there. What do you do? They just swung into a double crossfire and oh man, that was 2 deaths. And I was very surprised to see that mute was getting picked up, but I guess it benefited them in the end. Bagel will get that kill, and chat is going to explode off of that one, as it seems like Bagel is the favorite for today. Women's team are now up 2-0 on defense here, and yeah, DG definitely need to get some things sorted out. They push a little solo, and those plays can definitely work, especially what we've been seeing from Jahui. She's been getting a lot of those refrags and a lot of those picks, but yeah, DG are a little bit loose right now in the attacks. Need to tense up a little bit. Need to get a little bit closer in how they play. And hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more of that, that kind of teamwork, that chemistry that DG have been building up over this time. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, the one thing I would have liked to see out of that last attack is, sure, you're doing an attic and trophy split, which is good, but right now there was a disconnect between the pushes, which it definitely could have been solved by just breaching the attic wall when you already had control. I mean, Jehui was in there as Habana, could have just helped have the team with another option, but I mean, hey, it's first day, it's first week, it's first play day, it's first game as this full roster together, so you can give them a pass. And hey, it's also Oregon attacks, so a 4-2 split definitely isn't horrible, which is potentially what we could be seeing depending on the result of this basement attack, which,
Attackers are moving out
as
to
everything
locate a bomb and
stands,
defuse it.
could be quite interesting.
I would like to see where this goes, of course, because, we saw Kitchen first, which was definitely very weird. It ended up working out to great perfection. Thanks to the excellence of Cass, excuse me, there's another Cassie. To the excellence of Cass on the room. You'll get to see Cassie play later tonight on Mirage. Fun fact. I believe it's against Talentless at 10 p.m. Just advertising the league that we're already casting. Just had to make sure. But anyway. Yeah. Disrupt, they look a little bit miscoordinated maybe. But it's only 2 rounds. You can't judge a book by its cover this early on. Let's see what DJ can make out of this as they're going to be clearing out immediately. Linus is going to make her way down Freezer. Just a little bit of a worrying surprise waiting for her, and then we'll spot that out. That is going to be Linus just swinging lockers. And Lock Tiger will be the one to punish her for that one. However, she hasn't lost her life, which could have been very problematic. Valkyrie Cam is really coming into fruition here. The one on top of that vent, you can see in the top right corner of your screen, that is giving Lock Tiger so much information right now, and Linus has absolutely zero clue about it.
Yeah, she is tunnel visioned as the hatch is going kaboom, and gonna force Lock Tiger to fall back just a bit, but right onto the headshot angle that Linus was waiting for. Down goes the Lock Tiger, and we guess we figured out who comes out on top in the animal duel we've seen so far. Bagel, the confidence from last round is definitely coming as Kaz is going to take out Alexis K, but Bagel swung without thinking about bottom main. Daddy Satan is going to pick up her absolute freebie and swing the man advantage back into the side of the Disrupt women's attackers. Tara, she's taking a little bit of damage over towards main as everything's kind of coming to a standstill where Disrupt Gaming has the sort of control that they need, but they haven't quite made that next step. The next step is going to be made by Jehui, and also Lioness picking up Lock Tiger, as well as Kaz and Ali Princess all at once. It's just Bree left alive.
Shotgun swing will take down Jehui and Satan! Beautiful timing here from Bree. She's got 2 more to find. Smoke Grenade Howard will be the peak here, and Lioness shuts her down off of that one, saving her teammate's life. That was almost nail-biting there from Bree. Very well played, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And Disrupt Gaming, we talked about their loose attacks. This time they're going to tighten it up. They send 2 down Freezer. They play each other's crossfires, and they play each other's refrags. And at the end of the day, it benefits them very well. They get control of the basement. They catch Bagel off guard as she runs in front of the holes. And none of that would have happened if they would have just pushed one person down there. No, they spearheaded 2 attackers down that stairs, and they made it happen. Really well played to them. It's going to be 1-2 here for Disrupt. We'll have to see what happens as they're going to be going back downstairs. A site, obviously, it's probably like the most powerful site on Oregon, but at the same time, it's been played so much that a default player, in your typical leagues, even if they don't have practice, basically you could teach a monkey how to attack Basement Oregon. And it's pretty easy for Disrupt to get that down.
There's 4 ways down, and you got to pick 2 of them. You just pick 2 out of the 4, and you're most likely good. Especially if they're, the adjacent sides. But I was almost a believer in the Bree clutch right there. After the M590 was shining and smiling upon her with the pellet spread, I was like, oh, she wins this. But no, unfortunate timing. And with how everything turned out for Wamens' team, I feel like they think they tweak things slightly. Maybe not get as aggressive inside of Freezer, have somebody holding bottom main or some sort of camera, maybe one of the bout cameras allocated towards that side of the map to know exactly when the Disrupt attackers are going to be peeking. But if they do that, it's going to be completely wrong because Disrupt, they've hit an audible. They're going to be hitting it from the backside. They're going to be switching up their take completely and abandoning Freezer.
Cass is in no shortage of bullets to fire right at the bunker door here to waste a little bit of time. And Bree has lost all of her utility in one Rotero drone. That is the power of Flores right there. A shield gone. ADSs, I would assume, are gone. All because they couldn't bring a mute. All because of one single drone. That is a lot of power in one attacker. And it's going to come into fruition excellently here for Disrupt Gaming as they get their attack on a move on. Start to open up the E-box walls and push a few players down the tower stairs to add just that much more pressure. It's going to be up to plays here for Wamens' team if they want to survive in this current environment that Disrupt are pushing, as Satan's going to make her way down pillar. She is spotted, however. Bagel is going to be in no shortage of information to find that out. Unfortunately, the cam cannot be shot. But Wamens' team know where this push is coming from.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for Wamens' team is that they have 3 nitros on the board, as well as the toxic canisters that we hear just flying out over towards the E-box drop, where for the side of Disrupt Gaming, they're going to have to crank up their aggression and start getting into sight. So if there's like 10 seconds left, you know, if one of those nitros just come in, then boom, poof, you're out of luck and your diffuser's left on the ground and you cannot recover. And as it seems, Disrupt Gaming might be on the verge of stalling out. One nitro cell down and it'll take some damage off Jahui, but not quite too much as one nade's gonna come through, but Bagel's gonna swing. She actually saw the ace and she's gonna pop straight up and pop that head straight off. Bagel, the refrag comes in from the side of Alexis K, who's now patiently waiting on the flank. Narrowly misses the shots onto Ali Princess, who's trying to be sneaky on the top tower. But now that her position is known, she might have to get a rotate on.
Alexis K is feeling a lot of pressure right now, an abundance with that sight wall being open, as well as Ali playing inside of tower stairs. Even if Ali doesn't get a kill here, she's able to be that late game player. Bree will fall, however, and Alexis K will snap right onto Ali as we talk about that. Lock Tiger, however, will get the refrag. It's a 2 versus 2 effectively as Bagel is on the floor. Lock Tiger still inside a freezer, however, they have to win this challenge, and they will to trade, actually. Cass is now in a 1 versus 1 against Alexis K, and he's able to win it! Cass, a beautiful shot there. This game is going to be insane. There are no shortages of 1 versus 1 between these women. What an incredible round there. Disrupt Gaming, they're not going to be able to walk away with that one. It seemed as if their pressure was oh so mighty. They had so much going on, but then that flank from Ali came along and disrupted, get it, their entire process throughout that attack. It was really, really rough. And of course, the swing from Bagel. No shortage of plays, no shortage of highlights there between these two teams. It's 3-1. However, Wamens' team, they're charging up front right now.
Yeah, you know, I think we might have to take Kaz to like an emergency room or something because there's not blood inside her veins. There is straight ice. Already
Ice.
4 rounds in, 2 clutches, 1 on Aruni, 1 on Valk, doing the most with everybody. And looking pretty good is the side of Wamens' team. You can't really tell that this is a new roster that, you know, are unproven in the game day scenarios. They aren't having their game day shakes. They aren't getting their Project Eris shakes. They're not feeling nervous. They're looking pretty dang good right now.
Everyone is out in full force right now. That's what I absolutely love. I mean, you have Ali just making these balls to the wall play. All of them actually just making balls to the wall plays. Like you said, they're not worried about the viewer count of this match. They're not worried about, you know, us talking over them. They're just playing the game. They're just having fun. They're having a great time, and they're playing like their team was trained to. This is really good stuff. Both of these teams are playing as if they were just in any normal environment. Of course, you know, it's a little bit different. They've been preparing for this for however long, but still, it's good to see that, you know, we're gonna have full focus on both these teams. A lot of skill coming on out. It's a lot, like I said, it's a good environment for players to, you know, kind of get their start in the competitive scene. A lot of these players that you haven't heard of yet, you might hear about them in a few days' time.
I mean, hey, I think everybody's going to hear about Kaz. Kaz is going crazy.
Yeah, insane.
Bree's doing pretty well to boot. Sure, on the side of Disrupt, nobody's a real standout performer, but I mean, when you're down 3-1 and everybody's at about 3-4 kills, it's definitely not looking too bad. A quick tighten up and a slight adjustment on each of their attacks could have definitely swung the round into their favor because they were in the driver's seat. That's kind of how Oregon goes. Everything can be going so well, and boom, one person in a power position stands up. You know, they stand strong, and then you're just kind of out of luck. That's what we saw over and over again happen, where First, it was Bagel over inside of Bolo, which she is playing once again, but extended off of Bolo was Ali Princess pre-firing over towards the top of the main staircase and rejoining her teammate because you don't quite want to peek Alexis K as well as Daddy Satan just creeping up at you. Those are pretty good attacking rifles. Not a whole lot of HP left on the IQ as Allie's starting to feel herself. She's trying to get her first kill. She's feeling confident. She's spraying. She's pre-firing. Can't quite connect.
Located a bomb.
I thought that the double stack inside a trophy was just like a one-time thing. This is a
Nope,
literal
it's the strat.
strategy.
It is the strat.
It is in the strat book, and currently at the moment it sees a 100% success rate. Let's see if that changes. But I'm so excited to see what happens next. Well, it seems like we won't have any shortage of waiting, as Ali will die inside of that Bolo position, swinging out just a little bit too much. Alexis K, she's got Bagel.
Oh, she's right next to her.
Left. One wrong move.
She
They
saw
see her.
her.
Oh, Bagel though. She's simply better. She's got another player to worry about sitting on top of White, or do that. Does that player have to worry about Bagel? That is the real question. Satan is going to swing, and Cass is going to lose that one out. 4 versus 3, and Bagel, she's up next on the docket here for Daddy Satan, who just cannot stop right now. She's got her second. They made their way inside of default. Jahui's going to start to go for that plant. Unfortunately, the C4s are all dead. There's nothing else to work with here at the moment. The plant's going to go down. Bree can get her extra frags. However, no, she cannot. Daddy Satan is simply on top of things. It's all down to Bree in a 1 versus 4. Now 1 versus 3, as Jahui will go down. Farmed on out there by Bree. Time is of essence here. A swing and a miss from Bree as Lioness takes her down. One around there from Daddy Satan, and what an end kill. Disrupt Gaming, they're going to start to mount in a little bit of attacks here. We talked about it. A 2-4 split. Not bad here for DG. Let's see if they can make it an even, however.
Yeah, there's a very real possibility of seeing a 3-3, especially with how Meeting Hall and Kitchen played out in round 1, where it was a 2v1 retake for Kaz, and some smart people smarter than me, have said that lightning doesn't strike twice. But for Wamens' team, I think that they're putting their hands together. They're praying that it does, or overall, maybe we see another switch up in the attack from Disrupt Women's, that they play into the roam a little bit more, going from double window side, trying to get vertical pressure. But considering that Disrupt Women's kind of got everything that they needed, and it was a 99% successful attack all the way till the very bitter end, I think they're just going to try to tighten up, play a bit more passive on the post plan if they can get that bomb down inside a stage. Maybe try to retreat up that big tower staircase. Maybe play the vertical because the hatch is opened or can be opened. And then it becomes a lot more difficult for the defenders to retake.
I'm also interested to see what's going to happen with that, that kitchen hall strategy as we saw last time around. Lock Tiger was in there, and she had absolutely no utility.
10 seconds left.
And there also is no shield at the moment on her side, so I don't know if they're going to move her, if they're going to keep her there. Because honestly, that can be really rough, a really rough position to play, especially if any, of the attic floor is opened or the wall, even worse, is open. That can be a really difficult spot because your one-way ticket out of that is into stage. And obviously you can't do that if the attic wall or the attic floor is open, as Block Tiger learned the hard way the first time around. But Tara probably going to be the one to deal with these bandit batteries, and she will, so. Now Bree's got to find a way to adapt around this. It seems like she's the one that's going to take charge here, sitting inside of Kitchen Hall, but all she'll receive is a little bit of damage, unfortunately, on her end. But seems like DG are going to be going for the exact same attack here. They've got Jahui lined up here for the wall. They'll be able to get the stage wall as well. Once they figure out that there's no bandit trick or any sort of shenanigans going on that end, they'll be able to get this wall open as well as work their way over into attic. So that kitchen hall is going to be free for the taking here for DG. I'd like to see how they utilize it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that everything's shaping up nicely, and I'm feeling a little bit of deja vu, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Everything has gone off the walls. They can get all the breaching that they want. The Zofia outside of main is just holding rotations. That's Daddy Satan's job right now. Just make sure nobody can run inside a split, and then slowly the rest of the disrupt attackers are going to push back the rest of the team, be able to get the plant, and then they just kind of sit back and wait. Throw the ball into Wamens' team's court and force them to make those heroic plays. The roamers on the side of Wamens' team are already starting to come back home because They can smell the storm that is about to start striking down. And the first part is going to be Daddy Satan taking out Kaz, the hero of last meeting defense, falls first.
Well, it seems like Daddy Satan is not giving up right now. Lock Tiger will fall. Or sorry, Daddy Satan will fall, however, to Lock Tiger. But what a time! Would you look at your watch? The diffuser has gone down. Lock Tiger will get a second kill here as Lioness claims her refrag. 3 versus 2. DG have just gotten themselves inside, and it seems like they're there to stay. Bree, however, will take off the head of Lioness. She's got 2 more to find. Bree, play like Twist is watching. You just got 2 more to find. Alexis K sitting on Jen. Just waiting. Bree.
Just a couple of taps.
Just playing the mind games, but unfortunately she'll lose them. DG will lose. Sorry, DG will win, and seems like that 3-3 half will come into fruition. Twist, I'm sorry for what I just said, but your girlfriend did not win that one.
Unfortunate. You know, I have to say, I think Bree wins that on LAN.
You think so?
I do. I think she wins it on LAN.
See what happens.
But
When
hey,
we do go to LAN.
but we
This
have,
2023.
Yeah, it's actually, I heard 2030. It's the
Oh, they're
long
doing it on
con.
Mars.
It's the long con.
They're doing it on Mars. Got it.
Mm-hmm. We're going to the Milky Way. I'm levitating.
You're levitating.
I'm
I knew
levitating.
that one was coming.
Yep.
He listened
But
to
hey,
this on repeat
3-3
for over an hour.
half. Sure, we say that Oregon is a little bit more towards the defender side, but kind of as the meta has evolved, a 3-3 isn't horrible. I'm not gonna say, oh my gosh, Wamens team, they're in such a bad spot. We see 3-3 halves all the time. It's no reason to ring the alarm bells, you know, just start smacking down all those red buttons, flicking all the switch, and go in panic mode, because just as easily as Disrupt Gaming's winning team, we're able to get 3 attacking round wins. So can Wamens team. This is a map that I have on the record saying that they're pretty comfortable on. This is arguably their best map. Don't know how big their map pool is, but also for the side of Disrupt Gaming, they've seemed pretty competent, especially on the attack, and most likely it's going to transition to their defensive side.
5 seconds to insertion.
Obviously, this has been a very defense-sided Oregon, but
Attackers objective.
you know, don't let the scoreline fool you. But I'm still excited because honestly, this can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Oregon is inherently defense-sided, but at the same time, it might not matter when you just have skill on your side. We'll have to see if DG can continue taking this away. It seems like most of chat at the moment is predicting DG to win just because of that 3-3 split, but hey, anything can happen, especially when you have the unpredictability of these players. Some of them, you know, obviously just now making a name for themselves, a big one being Cass. Big shout out to
Bagel
her.
has the AK-12. That's scary.
And that is also terrifying. Bagel has been shooting to shoot, as we like to say, and she's been hitting.
Yes, indeed. But for the side of Wamens team, their attack seems like it's going to shape up for a Freezer Blue split. Maybe a little bit over towards main if they want to breach that side. Just have a little bit of extra help for Lock Tiger as she creeps down the staircase. Make sure that barbed wire, it doesn't exist anymore. And another scan's going to go out that, yes, the Jaeger is in sight over towards pillars, just slightly extended off of the traditional bomb sites. As for the side of Disrupt Gaming, you know, they aren't messing around with roamers. They just want to bunker up. They want to keep it strong in a turtle-like defense.
Seems like Wamens have no shortage of speed right now, just making their mileage down Freezer like a Formula 1 car, and they've got Lioness to contest as well as the long angles here. Now, DG, they have a little bit more default strategies, right? They have the right wall open, they have a shield with the Goyo sitting inside. Unfortunately, the C4 isn't going to be much of a help here. Lock Tiger, she's really in the lion's den right now, trying to run into this mirror and peek it, but yeah, this is rough here for Lock Tiger. She's like, oh, that's not the way to go about it. Alexis K and Jahui will just fry those two sitting inside of Laundry. They've just been executed, and the only 3 remaining are stuck inside of Freezer. A lot of map control has just been lost. Now they can rotate one over to the Laundry side, but you can assume that the exact same thing is going to happen just because of the sheer amount of utility and crossfires that are currently going on that side of the map. Bree is going to elect to make a move, but we'll have to see if that comes into fruition here, as there's only 40 seconds left, and Cass is having a hard struggle right now, peeking Jahui, and Alexis K is just about to basically teach Bree the same lesson that she taught to Bagel and Lock Tiger, and it might be a fourth and a fifth lesson as Jahui makes her way up,
Attackers
just
recovered
like
the bomb
Pangu.
diffuser.
Shotgun
Rio.
time.
The bomb diffuser.
Cass is gonna fall here. Jahui, one more to find, and it's gonna be the one more. Pangu might have not taught you a lesson, but Jahui will nail it right down into your skull. It's another round for DG.
Okay, so Adam, there's something that I always like to say on Oregon, but it powers up smoke and mute players because there's just something about the map that makes that shotgun go crazy.
Shotgun is
We saw it
crazy.
right there. It's just like the way that the map is, that the quote unquote long corridors aren't as long. You know, it's just suited to the kit, and we saw it go perfectly. You can hold down an entirely main push as everything rotated, just with a couple of shots sent the way of the unfortunate victims on the side of Wamens' team, and now they've lost the lead. Will Disrupt continue the momentum?
Defenders,
Maybe.
protect your bombs
We're going to be
from
going
being defused by
upstairs to the
attackers.
second floor with a pretty traditional lineup. We're going to see a slight extension, most likely into attic. A couple of Aruni barricades sprawled all around. Probably one on big window, one on trophy door. Mute jammers make it hard for Wamens' team to drone. You know, Jaeger and Wamai. Do we even need to talk about them? When there's a room like attic left up? I mean, I think we know what's going to happen over towards that side. Do you agree?
10 seconds to go.
Connor, I've been casting this game for a long time. I got the experience. Let me suit
That's
my
what I'm
suit.
saying. I started casting in utility meta where the only thing I saw for 3 months was Wamai and Jaeger inside of attic with a Wamai
Oh, you didn't
shield.
miss anything. There was a.
I just missed Mute Mozzie meta.
Why'd you
I was
break
still
the? Why'd you break the bar?
unfortunate barbed wire. She didn't want it, you know, obscuring her vision. As
Yeah.
typically, it's a shotgun plays down on security, but I mean the Roni kills really fast. So in that split second, if you see somebody vaulting through double window, I'm gonna assume that the Romney can get the job done, especially when it's in capable hands such as Lioness. But will that big window push come out? Doesn't seem likely from Wamens' team. They've been going for more unilateral pushes, a lot more coordinated team attacks, where right now, first up on the docket is to remove Alexis K. A whole lot of drones going her way, and I'm going to assume a whole lot of burn is coming as well. Candelas will make that just a bit easier, as there's a whole bunch of flashbangs going away, and we already saw the outline of Alexis K say, no, that map control is too rich for my blood.
That's a new one. They've actually reinforced off the kitchen rotate. And I guess they're going to opt to allow pressure through the C4 hole made inside a trophy. That is really new. Tara could get away with the big prize here if she times this correctly. She's got one in her sight lines, but maybe she's going to gamble for more as two now sit inside of pit. Make sure to keep that kill feed. Oh, she doesn't have the C4. That's sad. I thought she was going to get away with something.
But no, unfortunate.
She's going to jump over. She's going to pole vault the rotate. I thought Ali was about to get her head torn off. Minute 10 left. Disrupt Gaming. They're gonna start to feel the pressure as 2 kills come on out here. Cass with a beautiful thing onto Lioness, and Alexis K will respawn with the refrag. 4 versus 4.
Yeah, there's no longer anybody down inside of security, but there's no longer Eagle left alive as Alexis K is going to be swinging. The diffuser goes down inside of attic, which means that these 2 attackers for the side of Wamens' team outside of the big window, they can't really do a whole lot, and neither can Lock Tiger over on the games window. This entire push has to swap around, and one player, Daddy Satan, rotating, gets caught in a very unfortunate way. Evened up man count 3-3, but still no diffuser as Tara's holding on for dear life. A shotgun shot doesn't land out as Kaz is going to pick up another kill. Now there's an Aruni gate in the way that quickly gets burned. Only 20 seconds. There's still shields. There's still angles. There's still health advantage for the side of the defenders. Alexis K is going to swing out. Down goes the hero Kaz as it's just Ali Princess looking for her first kill so far, and she's going to need 2 to get this round. 1 goes her way. Watches the reinforcements swinging out. This player is so close. She doesn't know where Jahui is. She's playing it so smart, and she accidentally drops the hatch. the big brain, the passive play from the smoke takes it out, and 5-3 Disrupt reads the score.
She fell down the
She fell down the hatch.
Inches. It was inches away from a kill. Inches. It's so unlucky. That's just how Siege works. You just never know. You hear the talk, you hear the clock just ticking down, and you just don't know what to do. You're just so stressed out. You just hear the announcer, 5 seconds left. And then, I mean, what do? You just got to run around like a headless chicken, find this last player. What could have been. We've had so many near clutches this entire game so far. It has just been so exciting. I'm on the edge of my seat. I need a standing desk. I actually need a standing desk. But 5-3, Disrupt Gaming currently in the lead. Now, women's team can change that, but obviously they're on the less favorable side. For a lot of new teams, defense is just so much more comfortable. You know, the attackers have to come to you. So this could be where Disrupt Gaming run away with it. This could be where they make their mark and take the first ever game in Project Eris history. We'll have to see if that happens, however. We've got 2 more rounds to come by, and they're going to be going downstairs in the kitchen and moving.
Yep, tertiary bomb site. Tertiary is such a great word. I love it. But for the side of Project Eris overall stats, it has a 50% win rate.
It does.
It's been played twice and it's been won once.
But at the same time,
50%.
I know. I'm not that bad at math. I know we talked about this. I'm not that bad at math. I
taught you the quadratic formula going into your senior year of high school.
Not my senior year. It was my junior year. Let's be a little bit easy there. I also have never learned it at that point because I didn't take algebra 2.
Yep, I taught you more than your high school math teacher.
My math teacher this year sucks. My pre-calc teacher, I can already tell, sucks. I'm going through it right now. I don't think anybody in this chat understands what I'm going through. But it doesn't matter. I'm casting Rainbow Six. Anyway, that's already a worse sentence than death. Let's move on. Because Wamens team are going to be doing a small tower clear. Pretty common. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into it. You have to worry about certain holes, mainly inside of the kitchen wall, that face into dining. That can be really detrimental to either team if played correctly by one or the other. But you can see it right there. Thank you, Observer, for highlighting that one out. Lexus K has got a shield to work with as well, and face checking that, I believe, is going to be the white-haired Cass, and Nate is going to come soaring through. You better hope there's a Wamai. There is. So nothing's going to come of it. But at the moment, it's just a stall here from Wamens team as they got a lot of control to come by. They can also start to work down the Z hall and get themselves established there, but they also have to worry about a player sitting, I believe, top freezer. That is going to be Bailey K, also known as Daddy Satan, just waiting and biding her time. She's going to be droned out, but what harm is that going to do as she's just going to swing instead? Ooh. A bullet, however, might do a little bit more harm than a drone as it goes straight into her nose. That's the advantage taken here by Wamens team. The first kill in over half the round.
Yeah, the build-up has been slow, but I'm expecting things are going to get hot real soon. A couple of nades flying out. That's the last fragmentation sphere that we see in the back pocket of Kaz's Yana. Zally Princess is swinging through. Sledge's nades this time are coming out. And down goes pretty much all of your explosives that are throwable. Or bullets, those can be just as explosive if, you know, put right onto somebody's forehead, which is what Tara is trying to do. But most people shoot back, and she's going to learn that the hard way. Down goes Lock Tiger, Alexis K with a well-placed shot all the way from the hatch. And that's the problem with these kitchen pushes. But that problem is very quickly solved as Kaz goes for the light flank. Bree's going to load up onto Jahui. And Bagel drops off Alexis K. It's just Tara in a 1v4, and she can't do anything about it. The attack seemed to stall, but the late flanks were perfect from Kaz upstairs. Everything fell apart. Everything fell down like dominoes, and Wamens team break the momentum and almost tie it up.
Tara was just like... Tara was like Ant-Man in the blip. Just came back to kitchen, and every single person on her team was dead. That's actually really depressing now that I think about it. I'm just saying that out loud. That is really depressing. But that's okay, because the Rainbow Six is a colorful game. Yeah, that was rough. I think a lot of what it came down to was DG just got caught out trying to swing and also trying to rotate because kitchen became a little bit too crowded whenever Cass got control of the upstairs, as well as a flurry of kills coming over from the dining side. Everything just became so crowded there, and Well, I mean, I guess everyone on DG is claustrophobic. So
I mean,
5-4
hey,
now. Huh?
hey,
So,
let's think about it this way. I was surprised that Cass went upstairs. I have a third-person, all-seeing eye. So imagine how surprised Disrupt was. Imagine how surprised that they were when all of a
Attackers
sudden,
discovered the location of a
boom,
bomb.
Cass is just inside of the kid's bedroom and
10
has
seconds
hatch
remaining.
control. Just like that. Not really a whole lot you can do,
5
which is
seconds to
typically
go.
why we
Attackers
see
have located a bomb.
defenses really stack that top
Attackers are
floor
heading out to defuse
inside
the
of,
bomb.
Master, inside of games, inside of kids. You see a lot of utility and typically a lot of bodies. But for the side of Wamens team, their full small tower take, it kind of feigned away the defenders where they're like, okay, they're all 5 just going to funnel through kitchen door. But that wasn't the case. They rotated a touch too early and they got punished for it.
Wamens team now going to occupy a very similar space that DG did last time around. However, look at the spread of all the DG players right now. You have Satan, Bailey K, whatever one you prefer, sitting inside of Attic. And you just have a flurry of DG players just waiting for anything to happen. You can see Allie's just clearing this out like a SWAT, like a SEAL Team 6 member. She might walk into the unfortunate crossfire there of Daddy Satan. However, Daddy Satan is giving that up just a little bit. A lower angle will be taken, but Lock Tiger will lower Alexis K into her grave as she takes control of Blue Bunker. That is a little bit crazy there. She's gotten herself inside of Elbow, and Terra, however, will get the refrag, and Terra locks in 2. It's going to be Jahui going down as well here to 3. A 3 versus 3 now ensues. But Terra's a menace right now, sitting inside of... Well, Terra's just a menace in general. But now a menace sitting inside of Freezer, waiting for the crossfires to happen, waiting for the Wamens team to just walk right into her angles. DG are going to have to retake the site here, and Lioness will make that a lot more easy as she takes Bree down and retakes Bunker as well, making herself home inside of Elbow. Cass and Bagel now the only 2 left standing, and you've got a crossfire established inside of Freezer and also inside of Elbow. So many angles that Cass is going to have to work through here. She wants to get herself inside of the site. Minute 10 remaining. It seems like it's going to be forever, but we're still just waiting as Cass is going to make the next move. Like a chess piece on a chessboard, because that's where chess pieces usually are. Just making her way down gold. She's going to swing into long. That's Terra down. 2v2. Anything is possible at this moment in time as Cass is going to swing wide. Take down Daddy Satan as well. Cass looking for a huge play here. It's been a breakout game for her so far, but Lioness is going to wipe her clean off the board. 1 versus 1 now. Bagel. She's the one with the time constraints working against her. She's got to plant this diffuser. She's got 39 seconds remaining to make that one work here. Faking this out. Lioness just waiting outside of E-Box. And Bagel just waiting, predicting where Lioness might be going. However, they're just going to play Ring Around the Rosie, as now Bagel's going to clear into Bunker. It's all a game of intuition. It's all a game of prediction. Bagel going to fake it another plant. Maybe stick it as well. Lioness doesn't have the time to make it there. Bagel's going to be able to get this. It's a post plant. You've added 45 seconds into the clock now, and all of a sudden the clock has switched against Lioness, who's just waiting to find where this plant has gone down. She'll hear the diffuser inevitably, but what's going to happen? There's air jabs everywhere. Bagel has so much to work with here. She's going to swing, and she's going to lose! Bagel! She'll hold it off! It was 3-3 where we were first tied, and it's going to be 5-5 where we're tied once again. What a shot there from Bagel. Wamens team are going to come back here, and they're going to come back swinging fierce. I wouldn't be happy about that either if I was Lioness. It's going to be 5-5. What an ecstatic way to end there. You can call it an accident or whatever you want. I call it Bagel is just freaking nuts.
Yep. The tension that entire round was palpable. For 35 seconds, the pressure was building. And there's a saying that I love. Pressure either bursts pipes or it makes diamonds. And man, Bagel's looking kind of shiny right now, you know? I think Bagel's looking pretty good. And now the scoreline for Wamens team is looking a lot better than it did. If you recall, they were down 5-3. They're definitely struggling on the, the beginning half of their attacking endeavor. But since then, the slight adjustments have gone their way. And for the side of Disrupt Gaming, all their cards are out on the table. Wamens team know exactly what they're going to be bringing on each of these bomb sites because they've seen it. They've seen it happen. And last time we went upstairs, it came down to a 1v1 that was so close. So comes a game of micro adjustments. This is where Siege really gets fun because a kill here, a kill there for either side is going to be the difference maker. And it's almost like a staring contest with whoever blinks first
Attackers are heading out.
probably going to go down.
Game. It's just a game of mind games. At the end of the day. This series has been far too much for my mental and heart health mainly. This has been insane. This has been such a crazy game of unpredictable plays, and I'm all here for it. I am all so excited for it. And what a way to start off here! As Bagel is about to meet her demise because of a breach charge, Alexis K, who has also been absolutely frying here for DG. 12 kills and counting. She's gonna maybe make her 13th. Alexis K is that player where it's like, oh, she's on the board again. We just keep seeing her double kill, triple kill, whatever. Stop bragging. But Daddy Satan Bailey K, the other K, will also take down Lock Tiger. Diffuser is dropped inside of Kitchen Hall. That is so deep. That Wamens team are going to have to recover this.
Has no idea that she's playing this close. The crosshair's too high. The body shots of the ARX. That's where that gun shines. Very high damage that, unfortunately, Bailey learned the hard way. But now Bree's going to learn that, yeah, shotguns hurt. That's a message that you're not soon to forget, as it's just Kaz and Alley. 2 entries as all the support has gone down early. They're going to have to make things happen with not a whole lot of utility. But on the bright side, they still have half the round to go.
Time is definitely working in their favor, and it seems like a lot of these rounds have been really fast-paced, save a few exceptions on the Kitchen side of things. Bolo going to be contested here by a shotgun, and it's going to be swung by Tara, who is nothing short of fearless. C4, actually a smoke grenade going to be ripped off here to cut Alley Princess's only option at the moment. Diffuser is dropped. It's held by a shotgun. Everything is just looking oh so wrong here for Alley Princess. She'll go down, and Disrupt Gaming are on match point. What a game this has been, but what a stunner of a round here from DG. That's one way to get back into the series. That's one way to take a lead by an absolute margin. 6-5 now.
Yep. You know, you said the phrase that Tara is a menace. She was looking pretty menacing on Bolo's spot. She has about as many kills as she's had Twitter accounts this game, which is a lot. Look at that swing. That's pure confidence. And now we could see our first regulation win for Disrupt Gaming. Or we could see our first overtime in Project Eris history, Adam.
And we're going to be here for it.
We're going to be here for history, potentially. All the pressure is on Wamens' team's shoulders. And this was
clinically insane person allowed to play in Eris. Tara. It's crazy. I'm sorry.
Everybody follow Sad Girl Tara.
Please, Tara's so funny.
Tara is one of my favorite Twitter accounts.
I feel really bad because I've just been calling her like a menace and whatever.
She'll watch this back and think it's really funny.
She's only been nice to me.
Hey, we've scrimmed Tara before.
We actually scrimmed Wamens' team as well.
We did scrim Wamens' team before they were announced. We were part of their tryout process.
That was
fun on this very map of Oregon.
Was it on? I don't even remember.
I was on Oregon.
I was just in a blood fury I was just killing as many as I could. I don't remember. What
entry frag, Adam, Jazzman, Jassim.
Was I on that stream?
Pretty sure you were on Zoe LMG, just pre-firing everything.
Now you're just making me out to be a baiter.
That would be the opposite of baiting. You would be entering.
Well, to pre-fire.
I was the one baiting. I was on flank watch.
Wait, I swear to God, I was playing. I think I was playing smoke on defense. I do remember. I'm a smoke menace. Holy hell!
But hey, let's focus up. We've got a traditional back tower blue split coming from the side of Wamens' team because it almost worked. I mean, it technically did work last time. It just was a very roundabout passage into point A, point B, you know? Just required a 2v4 clutch that turned into the world's longest 1v1 that was just terrifying. But the first shot's going to go right onto Bailey's head. Kaz just being that little bit more patient. And this might just be the blink and the staring contest that Wamens' team needs. This might be the opening, quick crack in the door where they can kick it down and push this to overtime.
A bomb has been located.
It's a game of patience now as Disrupt are going to rotate downstairs as typical from their strategies and reposition themselves. Like water, they will take the state of their canister. Sorry, take the shape of their canister. It's without a Jaeger. It's without Daddy Sane. It's without Bailey K. As she's also known. They're doing it with now 3 as Linus is going to fall as well. She's in a recoverable position, but let's see how Wamens' team will capitalize off of this. They're going to clear out any ADSs, potentially maybe go for the explosive kill, but Linus will be rezzed. Jahui. Remember the way that her name is pronounced because a play might happen right here. Cass is going to take down Linus. However, no shortage of plays for Cass. A shotgun is going to come through, and Jahui is going to find that frag onto Ali, trying to entry into sight. A big kill coming on through. Tara, however, will take down Cass. Jahui will fall. It's a 3 versus 2. Tara, can she win it for her team here? A shortage of wisp, but it's not going to mean anything as Block Tiger will go down. 2 versus 2. Alexis K and Tara holding it down here for the rest of DG. They can lock it out right here, right now, or we could go to an energetic overtime. Either way, Tara with 2 kills on this round. Could she lock in even more? And could she lock in the first win for her team, leading this team to victory on Alibi of all characters? Bagel and Bree, they've got to push into this at some point or another. 15 seconds left. They have no time. They've got to make this one work. Tara and Alexis K simply have to wait. Alexis K will take down Bree, and it's all down to Bagel. She has to keep this alive for her team. She's been in a clutch situation on the basement before, but never against 2 players. She's got to work against Alexis K. She does! She's got to find one more, and Tara locks it out! DG will take their first win of the series. They'll take their first win of Project Eris, and the first win of Project Eris is locked in for the entire league off the back of Tara with a 3K. Disrupt Gaming will come out swinging here, and what a debut match for Eris. If you're not already sold on this league, god damn it, I don't know what else I need to do for you. 7-5. Disrupt Gaming take their first win.
Alexis K, woman of the match. I've been casting Alexis K for a long time, since she was playing collegiate for Boulder. I was playing against her all those many moons ago with my boomer self. But hey, very good game from Disrupt Gaming women's team. Looking quite good and able to close it out in regulation. You know, every point matters. And when it all came down to it, I thought just for a second Bagel might have clutched that out. But, you know, Tara, we called her a menace, but she was very elusive right there, you know, hitting the maneuvers with the alibi and icing that one out.
Yeah, ice in everyone's veins today. I looked at the Disrupt Gaming's women team. The lowest kill count. The lowest kill count was 7. That's like average rank numbers for your average rank stuff. Well, I guess it's less rounds, but you know,
yeah,
that's still 7 is still really good in the competitive. Like that is crazy, and that was the lowest. And then you had 2 players going double digits. Oh my goodness,
it was a team effort.
I need a breather. Do you have like that little? I don't have anxiety. It's like the one. It's like the what is it called?
An inhaler. You don't have asthma.
It's called an inhaler.
You don't have anxiety. You have asthma. An inhaler. Like, if you have anxiety, you need like a brown paper
I think
bag.
I do have anxiety because holy crap, my hair. Look at my hair. I had Steve Harrington hair before this. Now I have this. Oh my goodness, what a game that was! Disrupt Gaming and Wamens team. What an absolutely incredible series, and that was our first of tonight.
Game.
That was the first game. We still have SH versus Goo Goo Dolls, and we still have Talentless and Mirage and all the others. We have 3 more games, plus 4 if you're watching a community stream, of course. We have 4 more games. Holy moly, what an absolutely incredible series to begin us off here. Disrupt Gaming versus Wamens team. No shortage of excitement. If that's what's going to happen throughout this entire league, oh my word. What an absolutely incredible game here. Disrupt Gaming really coming out here, showing all the stops. They had a pretty good attack. They started to slow down a little bit on defense, but they got that train moving, especially off the back of so many heroic plays from the likes of your Terras and your Lexus Ks. But at the same time, you got to give credit where credit is due. Cass ended that with 16.
She was doing the most.
I didn't even know who I don't know everyone on Eris, right? And Cass was a new name to me. She's not new anymore.
Nope.
She is barged into the door of Eris. Bree as well with 11 kills. Holy fish paste. That was incredible. Really well played there. That's what you get for playing DBD with me, Bree. I got you in that one. But anyway, what a game.
Yeah, it was a really good one, but hey, we do have another game coming up, and it's one I am very, very excited for. Essentially, the CCSW rematch. The core of Sakuna going up against Goo Goo Dolls. We're gonna have to wait for that one. So we're gonna throw it over to a quick intermission, but don't leave. We'll be right back with a great banging game.